Not Worth the Time with Wade Taylor. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Not Worth the Time. We're here. We're doing it. It's the first holiday down of the year. That's right, the first one of the holiday season. It's not the first one of the year, but it's the first one of the holiday season. It's weird that we have holidays sprinkled in throughout the year, but we consider this the holiday season just because we have the two biggest marketed ones back to back. Back to back months, you got that. Even though Halloween is still pretty, but Halloween, I don't think it doesn't get lined up in that holiday season part of it. And I think it's just because it's spooky, scary season. They wanted to give Halloween its own season. It's like the goth kids at the lunchroom. They got their own table, okay? We push that over there. They're not with the clean-cut holidays, okay? We're gonna push Halloween off into its own little table. It's got it over there. If you wear dark clothes and goth makeup, you can sit over at that table, and that's where Halloween sits. You don't get to be a part of the holiday season, even though it should be. It's right there in the last quarter of the year. It's the holiday season, and it should be a part of it. Okay, I say we start a petition. Halloween should start being part of the holiday season. Okay, we should need to just start talking about it. Okay, it's got to stop being the ugly stepchild. Okay, we got to start treating it. Stop treating it like the redheaded pumpkin child that it is. The redheaded pumpkin stepchild that Halloween is. We got to treat it like it's one of our own and bring it in for the holiday season and really embrace it. Give it a big fucking hug. That's happening more and more. That's a trait of my generation, I feel like. Because there's a lot of adults my age who fucking take Halloween seriously. They decorate their houses more tricked out for Halloween than they do Christmas. And I commend them for that. That's what you're interested in, Just go for it. You don't see anybody doing that for Thanksgiving, You just don't. And nobody's tricking out for Thanksgiving, even though it is a great holiday. I fucking love Thanksgiving. Everybody should love Thanksgiving. I get why you don't. There's no other incentive than just having a normal meal with your family. It is weird that Thanksgiving has turned. It's a family-oriented holiday where you get together and have a meal together. That used to be a daily thing. They had to create a holiday so your grown children had an excuse to come home and your mom could cook you a meal again. That's what we needed Thanksgiving for. It's just a day to go back and be like, hey, remember when Mom used to cook every night for us? Remember when Dad sometimes would fire up the grill and Mom would make this stuff, and they would work together to provide, and then we'd all sit down at the table together and not have the TV on? That never happened. We never did not have the TV on. We still don't, okay? You have to have a football game on while you eat Thanksgiving, okay? That way, when there's a lull in the conversation, you just do color commentary for the football game. That's what that's there for. People think you're there because they can't turn it off because they're addicted to sports. No, I can't turn it off because I got the over/under on the Green Bay Packers and Lions game, okay? I need this bet to hit. Otherwise, we're going to lose the fucking house. No, it's there for you to do color commentary when you ran out of small talk for the day. Because you've been at the house since 9 o'clock in the morning, and you're trying to pace yourself. You're trying not to get in a drunken stupor and get things rolling really bad. You're trying not to start some discussions you don't want to or unveil some family secrets, So you're trying to pace yourself. And you've already exhausted everything. You've talked about the job. You've talked about the kids, if you got them. You've talked about the shitty cousin who didn't come because they're off in Guam. You got to use code words so you can't really spread those, let the kids know where Uncle Jeff is. That's why you have the football game on for. Because when you run out of those topics, you don't want it to just be eaten silent. You can't eat turkey in silence, okay? You can't eat a dry bird in silence. You need some kind of banter going on so you can chomp through that while somebody else tells a story. Because you need them to talk and tell you something while you tough it through that bird. That's why you got to drown it in gravy, dude. Soften it up. Soften it up. I do love turkey, though. There are people who do amazing things with turkey. That's the only reason I love Thanksgiving. I love the food. Like, we always had food at Christmas time, but our Christmas tradition was my grandmother would make 2 big pots of soup. Christmas Eve, there wasn't a big ham or turkey or whatever. We had chicken noodle soup and beef stew. And it ruled. And my grandmother would make her awesome cheesy olive bread. It was the fucking best. That was what we did. And so people would just usually get belly full of soup and then eventually just open presents. That's what we did. So that's why I like Thanksgiving, because it's a feast, dude. I enjoy the heck out of it. It's the one time of year, too, and this where I actually eat like a normal human being. And they're like, wait, eat like a normal human being? You're supposed to stuff yourself silly. What do you mean you eat like a normal human being? When I say I eat like a normal human being, it means I actually slow down and eat my food at an enjoyable pace. I'm just a fast eater. It's bad. It's very bad. I got shamed by my girlfriend on the way down to her parents' house for Thanksgiving. We went the night before, and on the way down, I just was hungry, and we stopped at a gas station and filled the tank, and I got a thing of gas station pizza on the way down, right? It's 7 o'clock at night. Fuck it, whatever. And she's right. I'll admit that it was unnecessary, but I inhaled this piece of pizza before we hit the second stop sign in a 2-stop sign town. We're in rural Iowa. There's 2 stop signs in this whole town, and I was able to crush a piece of pizza between the 2 of those. I don't think I breathed while I ate that. Not one breath was taken in between the bites of that pizza. And that's how I normally eat. I eat at a pace like a child trying to eat fast enough and clear his plate so he can go back to playing as fast as possible. And that's probably where I get that habit from, is because as a kid, my mom would be like, come on, Wade, it's time to come and eat. I don't want to eat. I'm playing. I'm in the day. You can come back and finish playing once you're done eating. And I just go, and just disgusting. Just inhale food. There's 2 reasons, obviously. There's that one, and then I had 2 brothers and my father. Now, that you have 3 males in the house like that. Especially, I had growing pains a lot, and I grew really fast, and so I just wanted to consume food constantly. I feel bad for my parents. The food they had to buy because of me just constantly eating, it had to be astronomical. And then we had my older brother. Jake always ate like a bird. My younger brother he's always been like very portion controlled, very much never ate a large amount of food in one thing. He's still like that. I'm amazed how fat I feel when I go through a drive-thru with him. I think I've talked about the McDonald's orders on this podcast with you guys. My normal McDonald's order, and this hasn't changed much. I've scaled back. I will say this: I'm proud of myself. But I used to, the usual order was always 10-piece McNugget meal, large fry, large sweet tea, and 2 McDoubles plain. Okay, that was the normal McDonald's meal. Jake would be, I'd be lucky to get him he'd be like, I'll just take a small fry and a McDouble, and I'll just take a tiny soda. And that's what he'd get. That's what a normal person should get, because that's the proper amount of dosage of McDonald's poison to put you in a coma, to make you want to go take a nap. Me, on the other hand, I'm eating enough McDonald's to put me in a fucking elephant down. Okay, you gave an elephant that much food, it might die. Okay, it'd keel over from that much chemical enhanced food from McDonald's. Not me, dude. I put that down. I'll go, clean the house for a little bit, and then I'll take a nap. It eventually gets me, okay? This poison slowly lulls me to sleep. But That's what I do. I'm proud of myself though. I've kind of eliminated it. I now have gotten to where I just get 10 McNuggets. Now and then I will sneak in a McDouble, but I've stopped getting 2. I wish I could say it's because I'm like, oh, I'm trying to watch my figure, or I know it's not that healthy for it. No, it's because McDonald's is expensive. That's if you want me to eat less, start making food more expensive. That's how you get me. Okay, but I eat too fast, and Thanksgiving is the one holiday where I slow down and I just enjoy it because there's 2 reasons. One, right? I guess getting back to my brothers, right? I got off on that tangent. My brothers and I would eat as fast as we could because we wanted whatever was left over on the stove, okay? You know, there was extra. So there's always extra. And we would battle for that stuff, man. Like, and Nate, when he got back from basic training, he could eat so fucking fast. I didn't know the Army also trains you to just house food, okay? You have to do everything fast. You got to reload your weapon fast, you got to run miles fast, and you got to chow down fast. That's what the Army Reserves teach you in basic training, okay? And he ate really fast, and it's because, like, sometimes there was only an hour for chow time, and if you guys were out doing something and there was only 15 minutes left, you had 15 minutes. So he had to learn how to eat his food fast, otherwise you just didn't eat. So like battling him for seconds was just always there. And that's where it all comes full circle in Thanksgiving, because there's always an abundance of food, right? That I don't have to worry about leftovers not being there, okay? Thanksgiving might as well be called the leftover holiday, okay? It's the leftovers. Like, you get nothing but leftovers. I get to get 3 plates, slowly enjoy them. I get to just, I get to mix and match and try different flavors together. It's like Ratatouille. I'm just combining flavors, seeing what works, And I just get to do 3 plates, and I get to slowly enjoy it. And I'll eat 3 plates, dude. I will still do it. You would think eating slower, get fuller. That's the whole game. Everybody always says, if you eat slower, you'll get full, and then you won't eat as much. That's the whole. I call bullshit, because I'll eat 3 plates at a slower pace than I normally do, enjoying my food, and still put it all down. No problem. Not nap in the future, dude. We're gonna store those extra calories as fat cells for the winter, dude. We're just fattening myself up for hibernation. That's what I'm doing. Okay? And then you get leftovers. And for 2 days, you just get to eat awesome food like that again. Today, I made myself handball sliders. Took the fucking rolls that was left over. My girlfriend's mom makes these awesome things called handballs. They're in a fucking awesome sauce. And just balls of ham, as like they say. There's no rocket science to this, okay, other than the sauce. I don't know how she does the sauce, but it's delicious. And then I took the rolls, I cut them in half, and just put a fucking meatball on top of that. And then mashed potatoes and gravy with that. Boom, that's lunch. What a fucking great lunch. What a twist on a good old classic, am I right? And you just do that, and it's fantastic, okay? So that's why I love Thanksgiving, because I get to slow down and just take it all in, Sometimes I feel like I get robbed of that. When I'm eating. I feel like any other meal, I'm just trying to house as fast as possible. And it's just because I want to get back to playing, okay? I can't win in Madden 2024 if I'm sitting at the dinner table eating, okay? I can't call shots with Brock Purdy and getting Christian McCaffrey TDs if I'm fucking at the dinner table. I got to eat as fast as possible and get back to the game, okay? And that's why that comes from. And that's why I'm still an immature 32-year-old. I blame it. It all stems to me eating fast. If I could eat slower, I would be an adult. Self-control. Yeah, I don't know. I wish I knew myself better and could be better at that, but I don't. I'm just going to sit here and keep living my best life. But that is it. Hey, I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. That's what it comes down to. I hope you enjoyed your seconds giving, okay? Your seconds holiday. That's what that is. And let's start a petition to get Halloween in the mix of the holiday season, okay? Let's let's all agree in unison that we should bring in the orange-headed stepchild of Halloween and bring it in. Anyway, I think it's time we get into what I found this week, you guys. I found a couple different ones. The one's a really long one, and it's along the same topic, but not along the same topic. It involves AI. That old friend of mine, the old technology bust that I love to just kind of knock down here and there. But I found this one in the old science magazine, guys. New Science. Dude, I'm telling you. You got to get those library cards and get hooked on your magazines of science and stuff, dude. You get to find all sorts of fun stuff. So, we're just going to hop into that one today. This one today says, AI can guess where you live and how much you earn. Terrifying. Turns out AI is doing shitty carnival tricks. It can guess your weight and it can guess your earnings. It's got a job at Worlds of Fun right now. It's replacing people already, guys. It's just going to replace those carnival workers' jobs immediately. It'll guess it. Eventually, AI will be able to guess your weight and body mass index down to the decimal. That's what they're going to change. This is what it'll be used for first, and get rid of the carnival guys. It's always the carnies that get the shaft right away. You thought traveling around in a circus, in a freak show, setting up dangerous carnival rides was going to be a smooth sailing. No one's ever going to come for this job. No one wants to do with how to operate the motor that runs the tilt-a-whirl that's barely held together by stakes in the ground. No, AI does. AI is going to make it safer and better. Carnivals are going to become the shit because of AI. I'm talking myself into why AI might be cool. Can you make carnivals great again, AI? Can you? Please, for the love of God. These carnival workers will be out of a job soon if they can guess this stuff. But let's find out what's happened. Large language models, LLMs, like I'm guessing this is ChatGPT-4, can identify a person's age, location, gender, and income within this 85% accuracy simply by analyzing their posts on social media. They can get it by analyzing posts on it. But wait a minute. I've been led to believe that social media is people faking happiness. Bump, bump, bump. You're telling me within 85% of accuracy, they can actually depict your location, your gender, your age, and your income based off your social media account. But everything on social media, everybody's always like, oh, you're posting too much. Because I've seen studies lately. I saw a study the other day. I shouldn't say I saw a study. I saw someone talking about a study. I saw this. This is third-hand study. This is a podcast. This is a podcast talking about a podcast that talked about a study. There you go. This is Inception. Stay with me, everybody. Stay with the layers. Do you need me to diagram it for you? But they were talking about how in relationships, people who post more often about like their relationships and stuff like that, if they're just constantly posting like, oh, here's this image of us happy here, and we're out doing this, and that's actually like a red flag. They're saying that like the relationship isn't going well, and there's a lot of studies too that like show that you only put like the highlight, like social media is a highlight reel, right? It's all your best fucking things. It's just a highlight reel for your life, like college recruits put together for the NFL to see, okay? That's all your one-handed grabs, dude. It's you doing shit, and at one point in your life, it was you nailing the last cup on a beer pong table, then it turns into you shotgunning beers on a golf course with your buddies once you graduate. Then it turns into you being like, got elected to the PTA board. It makes a weird jump halfway there. There's like a few years where you don't post, and all of a sudden there's like a LinkedIn profile that pops up out of nowhere. Like, follow me on LinkedIn. It's like, Jeff, there's pictures of you on Facebook fucking getting wasted 2 years ago. So this is, I don't know if it can really post on it. If that's true, right? anybody who has like pictures of themselves balling out of control in like Lambos and showing off their cars and they got chains and they got the big racks of money, if it tells you like if it's like they're 25, they don't live at home with their mom and they're broke as fuck, I'll believe it. And then if it has just like a profile where it's just like Dan's profile and it's just a guy like with a selfie stick in his selfie in his Chevy pickup truck, and it's like, yeah, he owns like 6 acres with a mortar building out back, and he has like 6 ATVs, and yeah, he's married. And he's like, yeah, just like a completely there's no posts whatsoever, and it picks it off of that. I'll believe it. I'll believe it. This AI works if it can do that. It would be so sick because it is true. Like, I'm sure, like any of the burner accounts, anybody's burner account, it's like millionaires, shit posters are millionaires. All right, sorry, I've been rambling off of one sentence here. Let's go into this. Robin Stagg and Mark Vero at the ETH Secret in Switzerland. Why are all of these always like in Switzerland or some shit? Got 9 LLMs to pour through a database of Reddit posts and pick and identify information in the way users wrote. Oh my god, dude. There's no way this is accurate. You can't go to Reddit and try to determine people's You don't understand what data you're pulling from. That's not a good place. That is the opposite. Okay, honestly, okay, Reddit might be a little more truthful, but it's those poor language models. They learned some language that day, let me tell you, pouring through all those Reddit things. Oh my god. Stubbs and Vero randomly selected 1,500 profiles of users who engaged on the platform, then narrowed it down to 520 users, which they could confidently identify attributes like person's place of birth, their income bracket, gender, location, either in the profile or the post. When given the post history of the users, some of the LLMs were able to identify many of these attributes to a high degree of accuracy. GPT-4 achieved the highest overall accuracy with an 85%, while LIAMA-2-7B, a competitor low-powered LLM, was the least accurate model with 51%. Interesting. Oh, there's, I guess, the .org where they had that. It tells us that we give a lot of our personal information away on the internet without thinking about it, says Stubbs. Many people would not assume that they can directly infer their age or their location from how they write, but LLM is quite capable. Yeah, the amount of information you're just like willingly giving up on a day-to-day basis is crazy. Think about this. Like I said my age on this very podcast you're listening to right now. So if like AI is combing through data of like even this, you can find all of that. It's you can figure out so much stuff just by people telling stories and listening. Like you were giving out tons of what would some people do consider sensitive information, I guess, in some capacity. It just depends on how you're protecting yourself with cybersecurity and all that. I'm not surprised. You're going to see AI combing through and collecting and harvesting important data like that for people for research purposes and nefarious reasons. It's just making it's going to make lots of people's either criminals' jobs easier or just people who just want to get shit on you in general. Like, I guarantee you insurance companies are going to start using this very quickly to go through your social media posts to see like, oh, is there pictures of them smoking? Is there pictures of them drinking? Are there posts about them going to parties? Like, there's just going to be all sorts of things to them to comb through to even build a case in history of things you've done, which is scary to think about, but it is what it is. When you've created a digital footprint, this is what you have. But most of us, especially people in my generation, have basically since probably the age of 11, probably at the earliest age of 12, have been documenting their lives in pretty good detail online in some capacity. There's a receipt for almost every interaction at this point. Sometimes personal details will explicitly stated in the post. For example, some users post their income in forms about finance advice, but AI also picked up on subtle cues like location, specific slang, and could estimate a salary range from the user's profession and location. Yeah, that's a fairly easy one. Like if you look up people's, this is nothing that most people don't know. Like you can do this. It's if you see somebody like old high school buddy, you look him up and you see he's a fucking contractor now, right? And he lives in Boston. Okay, cool. If you really want to know how much that guy might be making, you can go to like just search cost of living analysis in Boston. It has to be about this much, and then you can a lot of their websites where it's by job. I think even Indeed and like ZipRecruiter and shit like that allow you to do that. You can literally figure out in a few clicks like, this is about like the medium income, so even at the bare minimum this is probably what he's making or something. That's a terrible example, but you get what I'm saying. It's not rocket science. There's a lot of information that is public online that you could even figure out even more to like completely narrow down. It's especially if you do any kind of job when it comes to research, like I've had in the past. You learn some tips and tricks on where to look and find stuff. And it's not as hard as you think. Some characteristics were easy for AI to discern than others. GPT-4 was a 97.8% accurate with guessing gender, but only 62% accurate when in income. We're only just beginning to understand how privacy might be affected by the use of LLMs, says Alan Woodward at the University of Surrey, UK. Yeah, no shit. That's just gonna be a thing we're dealing with. We don't. It's like I said, it's gonna be used for nefarious purposes, not only by criminals but by companies. If you don't think companies are going to start using AI to start really building a portfolio on you, you are sadly mistaken. They've been using that stuff to build stuff on you already. What do you think algorithms are doing? Why do you think Instagram and Facebook and YouTube are advertising things you've thought about or searched at some point in your browser history? Nothing I haven't already said. Nothing nobody's already told you. We all know this at this point. But who cares, It's Black Friday was the other day. Of course you wanted those sick deal on a new Xbox controller that you definitely didn't need. But boy, is it cool and does it feel nice to have a new controller. That definitely isn't about me. I didn't buy a whole new sweatsuit that I'm wearing right now to flex on you guys. Ads don't get me, okay? I take advantage of ads. They don't take advantage of me. But you know where you should take advantage of? The great website, punninggame.com, everybody. That's right, punninggame.com, where you can find this show, Who Gives a F, my other show with Nathan, and then a back catalog of other great podcasts, you guys. So go over there, hundreds of hours of content. Go over to punninggame.com and check all that fun stuff out. And if you want to watch this and watch me struggle to read it and see my dumb face as I talk about Thanksgiving leftovers for a half hour, go over to youtube.com and search Comic Wade Taylor. That's Comic Wade Taylor on YouTube. You can find this show and Not Worth the Time, Who Gives a F, clips from Who Gives a F, clips of my stand-up, my half-hour Wild Horses. Oh, my God, Comic Wade Taylor has so much over there on YouTube, and it's all free. So go check that out. Enjoy it. Hit subscribe, like, comment. Let me know you came from Not Worth the Time to watch some stuff. We really appreciate that. And then, guys, if you really want to support the website, really feel like, wow, you guys have put out a lot of cool stuff, I'd love to help you in some way. Well, you can, and also help out yourself by going to the Pun and Game shop, guys, and getting yourself some cool merch, like a t-shirt, hoodies, all sorts of cool stuff. Get one for someone for the holidays, the holiday season, including Halloween. You can give people gifts on Halloween. It doesn't have to be candy. You can give them my podcast shirt. But give one of your loved ones one of our podcast hoodies. We got the Scarlet F hoodie. Just give them that, and they'll be like, what the hell is this? And be like, you'll know, and just leave a link in the code in the sleeve, okay, or in the pocket, and then they'll check out the show. That's how you spread the word, guerrilla warfare style, right? And don't forget to use promo code WGAF. Oh, that's the wrong promo. That's the promo code for not worth for Who Gives F. Promo code for this show, not worth the time, is NWT Pod. That's NWT Pod, NWTPOD. It gets you free shipping at checkout, guys. So go do that and help support the show, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Not worth the time. Really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed the last holiday of the season coming up here shortly. Buy stuff now. Get your shopping done now. Don't wait. It's going to be hell otherwise, okay? Have a good one. And remember, don't do anything I wouldn't do.